Do you have any tips for world building in a writing context?
Yes! Woo! World building. Start with politics. Start with your politics. You want to find your leaders and your nations. That's the thing that people can hook themselves onto. It's what I did with the Dream SMP in Lemannberg. People find themselves hooking onto nations and policies and politics before they hook onto anything else. Design. It can literally be 2 kingdoms. It can be 20. It doesn't matter. Get a few kingdoms, right? You want to get leaders of said kingdoms that are in charge. You want to write up personalities. You want to write up what they believe in, and then just for posterity, you need to write up a future liege for those leaders, right? That's the bare minimum. Go as far as you need to go in any other direction for that. Do dukes, do lords, whatever. It doesn't matter. Politics first. Next step is dungeons and exciting things for your players to do. I assume you're talking about players. If you're talking about a story, then this does still apply. You want to make sure you build things that are explorable, mysteries, intrigue. Have a local like monster haunting the town that the villagers hate. Have basically, you got to bear in mind that if you're making a medieval or fantasy role-playing situation, that almost every town will have rumors, and almost every town and village will have like little things going on in the background, and your players should have it as their job to go and solve those problems, because that's where the fun comes from. That's what people are hooked into, right? So Part 1, politics, make kingdoms. Part 2, intrigue, make dungeons, make caves, make rumors in villages of things that are killing people and eating people. Then make the story. Then you want an overarching story that your players can enjoy, such as a big evil guy at the end, right? And then, this is the hard part, number 4, shops. I cannot stress enough. Write just a list of shops in every town, what the person who runs the shop is like. How are the prices? Do they sell as well as buy? What do they think of outsiders? You need to come up with things like this, because this is what makes your world feel alive. Because you can't describe every single passerby walking down the street, right? But your players can meet the innkeeper, your players can meet the blacksmith, and the blacksmith will give you the impression that the passers-by. So for instance, if your town is full of like xenophobes who hate outsiders, right? Passers-by aren't all going to be spitting on your players necessarily, but the blacksmith may tell you, we don't like your kind around here. You know, there's that kind of thing that's deeply entrenched in the societies of your nation, and that's how you purvey the world around you. And then the next step, I guess, is to do the outer planes, do the Feywild. If you're talking about D&D, you need to do all the different things, and then make sure you can design areas to and from. But my most important thing to you is make sure your world feels alive. Make sure that whenever a party member walks into a shop, they aren't greeted with a fucking D100 table of potential shopkeepers. They are greeted with your exact, this is the blacksmith of this town. I have planned this. Here he or she is. There you go.
Or you could just build a hotel.
Yeah.
That works.
Shut the fuck up.